Hey guys, it's Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and today I'm going to be doing a Duel review. I know a lot of you are expecting part 3 in my book haul, but I filmed it, I went to go upload it. I was told my video file was corrupt, it wasn't working. I had already shelved all the books that I bought, and I didn't remember which ones were in the haul. I couldn't rewatch it to find out, so the video just kind of was corrupted and I had to delete it. So I'm sorry to say there will not be a part 3 of my book haul. A Duel review is a main book in a series, then the add-on book to the series with it. I don't want to do a review solely on the add-on book, so I would just prefer to group them together so you get both of them at the same time. The books I'm going to be reviewing today are part of the Lorien Legacies. The first one I'm going to review is I Am Number 4, The Lost Files. This is book 1 on the companion add-on series that goes with the Legacy series. I'm going to start off by saying that I wouldn't read this first installment in the add-on series until you read book 2 in the Lorien Legacy series, because there's characters that are introduced in that one that are featured in this one. You're reading them in chronological order, but it would still just be confusing and stuff, so I would wait till after book 2 to read this one. This one has 6, 9, and the Fallen Legacies in it. When it comes to add-on series, the ones that I've experienced thus far, they usually feel forced. Like the author is just trying to get you to spend another $10 on this series. It really doesn't add much to the series in terms of character development and plot points, because the author tends to save that for the main series. So it just kind of feels like sometimes these add-on books are just worthless information. It feels like you kind of get cheaped out on when you spend your money on those, and that's really disappointing when it comes to the add-on books. But I am happy to say that is not the case at all with this one. It's not amazing on its own, but it's amazing as an add-on because it does what an add-on is supposed to do. It adds to the main story. There's background stories on the characters so you can understand where they're coming from when you're reading the main series. I really enjoyed getting to know 6 and 9 better. Book 1 in this series comes in very late in the lineup. Like, there's so much stuff that happens before the first book in the series. See, some of the background stories gives you so much more insight into the characters, and I really enjoyed 6 and 9 stories. The main one that I was looking forward to was the Fallen Legacies. When I read that title, I automatically assumed it was about 1 through 3 and their background story, discovering that it was not solely about them. The head general monk that we know from the series that has the Lorien's necklaces around his neck that we see him throughout the series, the main character in the Fallen Legacies, is his son Adamus, and he is the main character in this story. But however, you will not be completely disappointed with his side of the story. His story takes place very early on in the story, so you get a lot of background information from things that were going on during that time period. What I really love is there's plot points in the Fallen Legacies that are a perfect companion with the series, the main series. There's 3 installments in the add-on series, and there's 3 books within each book. If you love this series, then I do highly recommend picking this up, because there is things that happen in here that you will not want to miss. Just in case you're wondering, if you do scan the barcode with your phone, I just got a smartphone, so I finally was able to do it. It takes you to the I Am Number 4 fan site, if you're wondering what that did, because I always was wondering what that thing did. On to the main part of this review, and that is Over the Rise of 9 by Pittacus Lore, the 3rd book in the Lorien Legacies. Woo! I was kind of disappointed with this installment because The Power of 6 was action-packed, fun, adventure, just full of all kinds of fun and wonderful things, and I feel like this one focuses mainly on character development. There was a lot of characters who were introduced in the last book, and in this one we kind of get to know them more. We see things from their perspective, and there's just a lot of character development going on, especially the character relationships between each character. A lot of the development happens between the relationships between the characters, which, being a plot person, that's a little disappointing for me, but the author does still throw in some very fast, in-your-face action scenes to keep the action going up, but it's not the main focus in this one. So if you guys are character-oriented people, you're really going to like this installment. I still really enjoyed it. Still an effortless read. I love this series. It was so much fun, and just every little tidbit I can get about it, I just enjoy. There was a lot of build-up towards the end of the book that made you really excited for the 4th installment. Now I'm going to be going to the spoiler section. There's some things that happen in this book that I want to talk about with people who have already read the book. So if you have not read this installment, stop watching this video right now because I'm going to start to spoil. Another huge disappointment for me, it was a huge disappointment, is Sarah. Sarah's back in the game. What happened with her was explained, and it was just like, I hate Sarah. I don't like her character at all. She's shallow, she's weak. She was less annoying in this one, but still, ugh. I really don't want Sarah back in the picture. As soon as she does come back in the picture, John loses focus on what he's supposed to be doing, and then he focuses on her, which is super annoying, and I just don't like Sarah's character at all. Ugh. Also, I want to get more into the ending. There's this huge battle going on. Things are happening. People are fighting. Six stuck to the ceiling. All kinds of crazy stuff is going on. Jumping from person to person in these action scenes, and it's like all of a sudden it just ends. Either fighting just disappears, and they just kind of are like huddled together like, okay, now what? And it's like, there was no, it was a really bad way to not only end the book, but to end a fight scene. Like, a fight scene should not end like that. I just don't believe a big fight scene should be at the very end of a book anyways. I feel like it's not very clean cut. It is going to be at the very end of the story. It should be a cliffhanger. Like, many epic battles that happen in books, there's at least one more chapter afterwards where the characters are kind of digesting what happened to them. But in this one, it just wasn't there, and it should have been a cliffhanger. In terms of the 4th installment, things I'm really looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to this war starting up and really get going. I don't want the war to boil down to one epic battle and that be it. I want it to be continuous throughout the whole book. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Also, where's number 5? You know, everybody, there's been signs of people and stuff like that, but there's been nothing from number 5. I'm highly curious of where number 5 is, if number 5 is a boy or a girl, how old they are, things of that nature. I want to know where 5 is. I hope that they get to that at the very beginning of the 4th installment, and then boom, go right into the war. That's what I want. Now, let me know your predictions on this series if you have gotten this far in it. I love this series. I'm obsessed with it. Every time the new book is coming out, I can't wait to get it. As of right now, I can't wait to get the next one in the add-on series. I really do highly recommend these. These are very good, and like I said, plot points are going to come into play into the series. I can't wait to see how that ties into this series. A lot of fun stuff happening. Yeah, so this was Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and I hope you guys enjoyed the review.